Good morning from Washington, Utah. I'm heading out early today on a reconnaissance / training ride. Today is August 5th, which means that Rebecca's private Idaho is 1 month away, and it is looming and hanging over my head. I'm kind of on the threshold of deciding whether to go ahead and try the French fry at 56 miles or downgrade to the tater tot. And my decision really rides on how this ride goes today, and how I recover from it, and also from subsequent rides in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We recently relocated to Southwest Utah, and that means we spent a lot of time and energy packing and moving. We went to NorCal and had a nice family visit prior to that, so my training has fallen off substantially. So we'll see how it goes today and make a decision again. If not today, we'll see how I recover and kind of monitor it for the next couple of weeks. Today's ride will mostly be pavement. Again, this is kind of a reconnaissance ride. I'm going to do the pavement portion of a loop that ultimately would be mostly gravel and dirt. So my goal today is to get up the hill from Washington up towards Leeds, Utah, and find the Forest Service road that comprises the dirt section. So hope you'll come along on this ride and check out some of the beautiful scenery down here and sneak in a ride before we get into triple digits. Let's do it. Thought I'd show you this nice morning view. High mountain. It's part of the Red Cliffs National Conservation Area or National Recreation Area. I think it's Recreation Area. I'll clarify that. It's the 15 freeway. Las Vegas is that way. Salt Lake City's that way. Very pretty morning. Let's keep going up. Well, this is the ugly part of this ride, and I traded the convenience of rolling out my front door for beauty. This old highway 91, this section is full of light industry and distribution centers and lots of trucks, but also as you'll see, it basically gets deserted really quickly, like a lot of things in Southwest Utah. And 1 minute you're in urban blight, and the next you're out in the middle of nowhere. So let's continue on. We're almost through truck country. There's an entrance into Quail Creek State Park. That's one of the 2 state parks near us that has a large reservoir, swimming, boating, picnicking, all of the above. Off-road, side-by-sides, ATVs, pretty much everything. We actually haven't been to this yet. It's on our to-do list. And on the way back, if I need more time or mileage, I might take this detour and go see what, check out the landscape down there and see what's happening. It's been a while. It's been a day since I've done any sustained climbing, and coming around the corner and seeing this, it's a little intimidating. You like a parade? Who doesn't like a parade? Just the first time in Leeds, and very reminiscent of Idaho. You got farmland in the back and a nice small community along the road. Very pretty. I don't love freeways, but one of the benefits of the 15 being right there is that this old Highway 91 is very quiet. Very little traffic, which I appreciate. Heading north on Silver Reef Road. All right, we're leaving our freeway companion behind for a while and heading north. At this point, I know nothing about Silver Reef, why there's a museum. I'm guessing it has something to do with mining silver. More shall be revealed. But yeah, on to quieter roads. A welcome transition. You might not think of the desert Southwest as being farm country, but here we are in a field. You know, people will do what it takes to put food on the table wherever they are. Not sure if that's a vulture or a hawk. My eyes aren't good enough. But it's a big boy or girl, that's for sure. Probably overseeing what appears to be the high rent district. Houses are getting bigger here. And the views are also getting bigger. Those two things often kind of go together. Okay, the museum is off to the left there. Can't see anything, but I'm sure it's over there. Check that out another time when the weather isn't going to be so brutal. All right, there's a flock of turkeys. Morning. All right, well, I made it to dirt, to gravel. This is the end of Forest Service Road 32. Just passed through that neighborhood. That would not be a bad place to live. Gorgeous, great views, butted up against this. I'm going to take a quick look at my time. I think I need to go a little bit further to hit my my goal of 3 hours. All right, so it looks like been riding about an hour, 15 minutes, and about 11 miles, and I wanted to get to 90, so I think I will basically go up this for 15-20 minutes and then turn around and head home. All right, immediately hit a T intersection, but check my guy, and we're going to continue uphill, of course. So, and I have about probably about 30 psi in these tires because of the, you know, predominantly pavement ride. So it's gonna be a little bumpy on this. I might take some out before I do any serious gravel descending, just to take a little bit of the thrill out of it. But so far it's in excellent shape. We'll see. Looks like there are some dispersed campsites here. Very cool. I can only stay 16 days though. Looks like a trail over there. Yeah. Yeah, this is the kind of scenery that makes you want to go around another corner, and then another, and then another, which we're famous for doing. Dispersed campsite, very nice. And then you end up going further than you planned, which in the spring or fall or even winter in Idaho probably isn't going to kill you. But once the sun gets up to a certain point here and the ground starts absorbing and reflecting that heat, it gets very hot very quickly. I guess that's kind of a no-brainer. But right now it's nice. I feel like I could climb at this pace and in this weather all day, but I know that neither of those conditions are going to continue for much longer. All right, okay, this is dispersed campsite number 5. This would not be a bad place to camp, I gotta say. Room for a couple of vehicles, surrounded by beauty. There's a trail right over there. I saw the trailhead a minute ago. And then this road goes on up. Ultimately, this road goes to, kind of curls around and heads west and then southwest and back down to St. George. I think the gravel portion of it's 25 miles. So today's ride was about linking up the beginning or end of that loop with my front door and seeing if it's possible. And it is. Not only is it possible, it's pretty nice. Again, most of the ride today was on pavement because of this reconnoitering portion of the ride. But also wanted to get on the gravel and see what it's like, and it's incredible. It's going to be a lot of fun, especially when weather permits. So I'm going to have a little snacky here and then head home. I was curious about this trail here. This is Silver Rim Trail number 31042 for hiking and horses. Looks beautiful, looks like a movie set. We might have to come back in cooler weather and check out where this one goes. Take a quick detour on the way back here and check out the Pioneer cemeteries. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is a historical cemetery or an active cemetery. I think it's... Well, there's your answer. We're always looking for good Mexican food. Casa Tequilana. Gonna have to come try that. Warming up. All right, last major climb coming up. Short, but steep. At least it looks steep from here. Back to civilization. You'd never know that this is the road to the Cottonwood Trailhead, which goes out into the Red Cliffs. You'd never know it was here. I ran across it the other day when I was out scouting a little bit. I wasn't scouting for this, but then I saw this sign. I'm like, hey, what's that? And it goes under the freeway. I'll show you. It goes under the freeway, and then there's a wonderful parking area out there, complete with restrooms. And that Cottonwood Trail goes out and meets up with Prospector, which is a trail that links to Church Rocks and to Dino Cliffs, two fairly famous St. George area mountain bike hiking trails. And you could ride, I could ride this gravel bike on those trails as well. There'd be a couple walking sections, but for the most part, totally rideable on a gravel bike, and beautiful. And you know, the trail gets out there and gets away from the freeway, so you know, within 5 minutes of riding, you basically feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. All right, made it home. Standing in the shade here for a minute. Mission accomplished, I would say. 24.5 miles, about 1,500 feet of climbing, and about 2 hours and 45 minutes roughly. So yeah, that was about the length of ride I wanted to do. That was you know, good amount of mileage for me getting back into it. I'm actually pretty optimistic. As usual, the hardest part may come down to just training my upper body and my lower back and everything to be able to withstand, you know, 4 or 5, 6 hours in the saddle. And this kind of riding definitely helps with that. So thanks for coming along, and hope you enjoyed this ride, and we'll get out and do an extended version of this probably next week, and maybe even further the week after. So thanks again. We'll see you next time.